I'll start off with the Lyman scale. Lyman scale is the preferred one that I like. It's so much simpler to clean. This is all you gotta do to clean it. Real simple. Just pop that out. You take this, open it up, lift up on that, dump your powder back into your jug of powder. Real simple, real easy. There's no real nooks or crannies or anywhere where powder can hang up and remain in there. Close it back down. Stick it back in with the tube back in there. Use this little thing to hold the screw. Alright, and there you go. Very simple, easy to maintain, to change powders, clean up. Now we're going to get into the one that has the problems. Here it is, the RCBS Chargemaster Lite. As you can see, it doesn't come apart like the Lyman to clean. Let me zoom in here, we'll see. This is the only part here that, see how wobbly it is? This happened after, it's hard to say, it was a couple months into using it. This happened. Let's see if I can zoom in here to show you what happened. This thing split. Not getting it. If I get my hand out of there, maybe it'll focus. And anyway, this is an issue. I'll show this to you. Let me set this tripod back up. And what caused that? I'll show you. I'll put some powder in it. Let me close the spout. Close that little drain. Just gonna dump some powder in for demonstration purposes. This is a regular extruded powder. IMR 4064, real common powder. Okay, so what happens, all right, I'm gonna let the powder drain out and I'll put it back on here after I run the powder out. This is the issue. This is why I do not like this scale. It's hard to get this thing to focus. I don't know if you can see that real well on the camera, but the kernels get stuck right in there. And then when you turn this, that's what caused it to split up here, because the pressure in there from the kernels piling up inside of here. And so the kernels are just stuck in there. And you have to dig them out. Now it's not too bad of an issue to deal with using the extruded powder. It's rather simple to clean out. It's not difficult. You just take, like I got this little knife blade, I'll sit there and poke them out, knock them out, and they come out without a problem usually. And then you can feel if they're stuck in there. You turn this and it'll be tight, and then once you get them all out, you can move this freely. Like now they're all out. This moves freely. The problem with it being that it does that is when you're changing powders, you don't want to mix powder, obviously, because they have different burn rates and things can happen. You go mixing a fast burning powder in something that's not supposed to be in, or a slow burning powder into a cartridge that's not supposed to be in. And if you don't get this cleaned out properly when you're changing powders, and say some powder, some pistol powder or shotgun powder hangs up in there and you don't know about it, like if you're using a ball powder or a flake powder, like unique, you might not get it all out of there. And then when you go and load, like say here, IMR 4064, you go and turn the spout to drain your powder out, you might get some of that other powder from that you used previously. You might end up with it in there, and it could come out and go back into your container, and you might not know it, you might not see it happen. So what I like doing is, because I have 2 of them, and I only do this because I have 2 of them, because I don't want to send this one back. As far as the scale and everything goes and it measuring out, it's real accurate. I like it. This is the only part that's bad. In RCBS, if you see this video, this needs to be fixed. You need to come up with a different way to have this, because this is just bad. This is just a bad design. But I use this primarily for my rifle, using the extruded powders like IMR 4064, 4350, that kind of stuff. The bigger, you know, kernel powder, the extruded powders. If I'm going to load using pistol powders, say like the flake powder or the ball powder, then I use the Lyman, because it's so much easier to clean. You don't have the issues with the powder getting stuck into places and you can't get it all the way out. I can tell you right now, if I had it to do over again and I was only going to buy one, if you only want one, this is the one you probably should get, because you could change over powders. You don't have to worry about mixing your powders up. Cleaning it out to change over powders is so much simpler with this one. You're gonna basically, you'll be able to make sure that all your powder's out and you aren't gonna accidentally mix powders up. Where this one, you could end up getting powder stuck in here and this thing's gonna break like this one did on me. I just try to be careful with it now so it don't break all the way off, because if it did, I don't know what I would do besides maybe try to figure out, make some way to plug that hole up. The flake powder and ball powder, the first time I used it in this was so much worse. Like I said, I can tolerate the extruded powder, getting it out. It's a little more obvious to get out, and you can usually feel it. This will get real tight if there's still powder stuck in it. Just a little knowledge, if you're looking at buying either of these 2, that this spout here is an issue that RCBS needs to fix. If you're looking at buying one of these, I would recommend the Lyman over the RCBS Chargemaster Lite. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.